just a little bit of setup for how this is going to work. With it being a Twitch game, we're not going to be interacting with the chat in any way, shape or form. It's just going to be that you guys are the audience there to watch our game. So I'll probably go back and have a look through the comments and things afterwards, but as we're playing the game, I'm not going to be paying attention to the chat or reacting to anything that way. We're just going to be playing our game, and you guys are going to be here to watch. So, if we're all ready, shall we make a start?
Ready when you are?
Sure, why not?
Yep.
Don't sound too convinced.
Alright. I'm going to turn the audio down a little bit while I do the intro. Okay. So, the travelling extravaganza known as the Witchlight Carnival visits your world once every 8 years. You have a dim memory of sneaking into the carnival as a child without paying for a ticket. That memory has grown foggy over time, though it still conjures a weird mixture of emotions. Wonder and awe mixed with loss and regret. During this childhood visit, your character lost something. You tried to find it, but the carnival owners, a pair of elves named Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, were decidedly unhelpful. "Silly screeching little cricket," said Witch. "You forgot to buy a ticket." "The carnival goes round and round," said Light. "The multiverse is our playground. Nothing's free, nothing's lost. Every visit has a cost." As time passed, your heart became less heavy, and you gave less and less thought to those childhood events. But now, for some reason that you can't explain, the longing to retrieve that which you have lost has resurfaced. As though an old spell has faded away, allowing you to feel the loss as sharply as if it happened yesterday. You awaken from your slumber in a haze. Still in a dreamlike state, you rub your eyes and move into a sitting position. As your hands lower from your eyes, the sight before you startles you to sit up straighter. A hue of purples and orange swirl above you, with a slight twinkling distant light. The faint buzz of dragonflies overhead fill your ears as you focus on your surroundings. The familiar sight of the Feywild surrounds you. You find yourself sat within an endless field. Lavender grows larger and bolder than any you've seen on the mortal realm, almost smothering you in its height. Confused, you stand, looking over the fields. They seem to run eternally into the distance in every direction, only broken on the horizon by one looming building amongst the clouds. A twilit palace, emerging dreamlike from the clouds below. A great marble tower, ringed by delicate spires, cast its shadow over the rooftops below. Another tower teeters nearby, torn from its foundations and held aloft by a coiled beanstalk. Monstrous vines cling to the palace walls and choke the rock on which it perches. Suddenly, hundreds of birds burst from the clouds below the tower, flying with purpose towards you and over you, causing you to duck instinctively and flinch away. As you open your eyes again, the birds are nowhere to be seen. However, moments later, a much more fearsome creature erupts from the same cloud. A sinewy, pale green dragon that takes to the sky and flies up towards the palace overhead. Its mighty wings carry it to great heights. Once above the palace, it drops like a stone and vanishes from sight behind the palace's high walls. Silence falls upon the fields. You hear the slow return of the faint buzz of creatures around you. Continue. Gentle brush of lavender swaying in the light breeze against you as you stand. As you continue to glance across the eternal fields, you now notice a figure. But not one, two, Three. Three different figures, all mirroring each other in direction and expression. Confusion overwhelming you. As you go to speak out and shout to these figures, you feel as your throat begins to gargle, and where your sound would usually come out, bubbles begin to float away into the air, and no sound is made. Standing amongst the fields with you, Holly, could you please describe your character?
Oh no, I'm first. Okay. So you see a fairly tall, very pale, very blue skinned figure, who has kind of two-toned hair, dark blue towards the back and sort of drapes down the front is a white coloured, longer at the front. Sort of very androgynous features, draped in jewelry and kind of wearing a long cloak without sleeves, with a sort of poofy sleeves underneath coming from the shirt. Looks fairly kind of not sinewy, but not super strong either. And just looks around confusedly.
Thank you. Alice, what do they see when they look at your character?
They see an elf who's a bit shorter than you would expect an elf to look. A very wild, long, flowing, pale blonde hair that's in a number of buns and plaits to try and keep it under control and look it quite sleek, but you can see all the whips still coming off, in a very nice dressing coat. And obviously some expensive jewellery, but even though they're trying to look quite put together, you can still see some small grass stains and just things that are a bit out of place on her. And she's sat there and she's got a bit of a frown on her face and is looking very annoyed. That's just found herself here.
As you can probably tell from Alice's PNG tuber, this character has what we like to prescribe as resting bitch face. Oh, Rosie, what do you see? What do they see for your character?
You'll see a average height elven woman. She's got pink hair with streaks of different spring flower colours like yellow and blue and purple. Long ears, little yellow freckles. Looking around, keeping to herself. A bit confused what's going on.
And Abby, what do they see when they look at your character?
So again, an average height, quite well cut, but in a scruffy sort of way. Wavy, short, bobbed hair, but with a long plait that falls over their shoulder. They have pointed ears with a little bit of fluff on the end. Dressed in sparkly, poofy sleeved and glittery clothing. Baggy pants. Long staff with a opal sort of crystal ball on the end. Wearing sandals. Lots of earrings, jewels, bangles, bracelets, all that sort of thing. Unlike the others, they look quite determined to be here.
Thank you very much. So, you all start to step towards each other. Almost instinctively, you feel an invisible bond as you are drawn to each other step by step. Gentle steps turn into a run as you get closer and closer to each other, hands extending as you get nearer. The buzzing of insects and chirping of birds gets louder and louder and overwhelms you with the sound as you get closer and closer to these strangers. Just as you all reach, 4 hands reaching into the central point to touch, the sound is almost deafening until you feel that touch and your vision fades and silence overcomes you. You open your eyes. The Witchlight Carnival has returned, and you find yourself standing near a ticket booth by the entrance at twilight. Just as the carnival is about to open, you are stood near the ticket booth. Your head rings with confusion as you recall your dream of the previous night, but you shake the thoughts away. Focused on regaining what was taken from you, you feel the pang of what you lost stronger than ever. As you glance upon the queues and the groups of people surrounding the ticket booth, you catch a familiar sight. The 3 that you saw in your dream, you see again, plain as day. Fate has brought you together once more. There is a large sound of excitement as various different groups of people are in this queue. You see parents with their children running and laughing and getting excited to go into the carnival. You see couples on a date, groups of friends, but standing out to you are these individuals that you have seen previously. And you can't help but shake off that feeling of connection as you see these people once again, as you wait in line. What would you like to do?
Is there a price board anywhere for the entry fee for this carnival?
Make a perception check.
Oh no.
First roll of the game. $14, okay. You have a look over at the booth. You kind of look around the people in the queue to try and get a good look. You don't see a display board. There are lots of banners and colourful decorations around, but there doesn't seem to be a board telling you how much a ticket is. Although, with your perception roll, you have a look, and just a bit to the left of the ticket booth, you see the carnival itself seems to be surrounded by this moat. However, there seems to be a tree that branches over into the carnival, and you see a number of 3 or 4 children helping each other climb up to climb in to the carnival. Seemingly skipping the ticket booth.
Oh no, I'm not making that mistake again. I don't want to lose anything else. I'm gonna patiently wait in line then. Just check my my purse.
I'd like to join the queue behind them.
Okay, Mistral, you
I will
notice
also join in the queue, I guess.
2 of the familiar characters begin to get a bit closer to you as you all sort of stand awkwardly in line behind each other.
I just hold my bag, you know. How you do when it's a busy area.
Yeah.
Like,
When you're at the
scared
market and you put your hand over
Yeah.
your purse, like, nope. No, I would not like to buy a rose from you. Please leave me alone.
I don't have any money, sorry.
I'm gonna peek over their shoulder and be like, "What you hiding in there?"
Nothing. Who? Why?
Who? Why? What?
Why you stood so close?
Just curious. That's all.
Mm-hmm. I like step further forward in the line to see if I can get a little bit of space between me and this person who's
You
encroaching.
almost
my
bump
space.
into this elderly gnome lady who is stood in front of you, but she just turns around and kind of pats you on the shoulder like, oh, be careful, dear.
Oh.
And then turns back around.
Sorry.
I just watch them just with curiosity, but don't get any closer.
Just keep looking over my shoulder at this strange person.
Don't break eye contact.
sweating more and more.
I'm going to sigh deeply and join the back of the queue and look very impatient and tap my foot a bit and keep looking where what a watch would be. Where it's glaring.
I like the thought that they're looking at their hand and there is no watch on their wrist.
I turn and notice this glaring person as well, sweat even harder.
Yeah, you hear the tapping of feet behind you as they seem to be
Yeah.
a very angry looking elf, half elf behind you.
No.
Not half elf, high elf.
I'd like to whisper to the person in front of me to say, you're making yourself look more suspicious.
Sorry. I just don't, like people in my space.
That's fair.
Just got nervous. Sorry.
I have to apologise. Just you're trying to keep a low profile.
Yeah. What's your name?
Solana,
Solana.
what's yours?
Oh, I'm Mistral.
Nice to meet you.
This might sound a bit weird, and it's not a line or anything, I swear. Have we met before?
No, but I saw you in a dream, I think.
Oh. I saw you in a dream. That's why I asked.
I just
You
butt
and-
in. I'm like, I'm so glad you guys brought this up. Exactly the same thing. I thought it was just me.
Wait, I saw you too.
That I'm
This is
looking
kinda
at this
weird.
person properly, not from over my shoulder. I'm like, oh yeah, you were there too, and that angry-looking lady behind you.
Yeah.
Yes, so you all as well.
Oh.
The queue
This
kind of
place
moves
is so
forward a
weird.
little bit. You kind of shuffle a few steps forward, but you're still a few people behind before getting to the ticket booth.
I'm
Sticking
assuming
close to the gnome lady who showed me kindness.
As she sort of feels you close to her, you see her like rustling in her bag, and she turns to you, pulls out a sweet. Would you like one, dear? You seem quite nervous. Her
Oh,
hand is like shaking as she's holding this little sweet out to you.
thank you. Would you like something in return?
Oh no. No, is it your first time?
It's been a long time.
Oh, me and my husband have come here every 8 years. It's wonderful. I hope you have a lovely journey.
Oh, thanks. Is your husband here right
Oh,
now?
yes. She turns around, and even smaller than her, behind her and her little plump figure, is this tiny gnome man who has his eyes are like so squinted shut that you would swear he can't even see out of them. He's kind of hunched over with a little stick. Just seems to be content in the line, very focused on getting to the front.
Forget the campaign. I'm invested in these two future. What? Can I ask your name?
Oh, yes, my name is Elizabeth. And that's Henry.
Nice to meet you both. I'm Mistral.
Oh. Are these your little friends? She like points to the other three. Would you all like a sweet? She puts her hand back in her bag and pulls out more. Sort of
I
hands
would
them very shaky-handedly towards you all.
I definitely take multiple sweets, not just one.
There are there's different. What you see in a hand, it's not all sort of one type of sweet. It seems to be a collection of different sweets. So there's like a couple jelly beans. One of them's like a button. There's like Werther's Originals. There's other wrapped sweets.
Canon
There's like
D&D lore.
there's-
Werther's are a company.
There's all sorts
like
in
pocket
this
fluff in
little
there.
lady's hand, very wrinkly old hand, as she's sort of offering them to you.
I love her already.
That's very kind, but I'm okay.
I'll take a jelly bean. Thank you.
Not a problem.
Very kind.
Have you all been before?
Like my friend many years ago.
I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but I believe I heard you all say that you'd seen each other before in a dream.
No way. Did you see us as well?
No. But I have heard of such things in my life. There is a person in the carnival who specializes in such things. If you go to find them, might be a good idea.
And this person is?
Their name is Eliwick. She's a young gnome like myself. She's very kind, and she specializes in dreams and fate and just something exciting like that. You'll find her in here probably. I've not seen her for a while.
Not seen her for 8 years, I'm guessing.
Yes, I believe so.
That was a very good guess. Don't know how you did it.
That was very oddly specific information.
Can I ask your name as well? I'll point to the two who I haven't had the name of. I know Solana.
Hola. Nice to meet you. And I hand my hand out. Is that a word? I don't know. Hold my hand out.
I hesitate for a moment and then
You shake it.
reach out to shake. Like, very
Pleasure.
tentative.
I just grab the
handshake.
hand and give it a really good shake.
Oh.
I do all the work on that one.
What is your strength score?
Oh my gosh. Good question.
Do I even
9.
feel it?
It's not
Yeah,
very
no, it doesn't even shake your arm fully.
I take over the handshake and I am showing dominance now in this hand.
I just smile in response.
Nice to meet you. I'm Mistral. What about you? As I look to the angry-looking elf.
I am going to smile. Cassandra. But for some weird reason, people keep calling me Cassie.
Would you prefer Cassandra?
I do, but everyone keeps calling me Cassie.
It's
Oh.
nice to meet you, Cassie.
Yes, always Cassie. It's nice to meet you too.
Just gonna look at the suite that I have.
Yeah, if you look a bit closely, it looks like it's been opened once before, but then
Oh,
wrapped back
no.
up.
Oh.
She and her
Like, oh,
husband
it
have,
doesn't like
now turned back around, and they seem to be at the ticket booth now, so you are next in line.
It's a
As it's
half
meant to
shoot
be.
Werther's.
Yeah, it's maybe recycled.
I hope you know that I've added this to my sheet. Recycled suite. Custom item.
Perfect.
recycled suite.
Yes. Oh, I suppose I better move you to the map with the carnival on it.
Ooh.
Keep this for the entire campaign.
If I see this, we'll put their sweet away.
then
I'm
over time-
gonna.
It's when- It turns out the one thing you need to save your life at the end.
Stranger things have happened.
There we go, I've added it.
Okay. You see the gnome couple seem to be past a few things and they head around the ticket booth out of sight. Elizabeth turns and sort of gives you a wave before she walks around the corner.
Oh, I wave a little wave back.
I love old people. Old people are great.
You see a silver statue of a dancing fairy mounted to the roof of this ticket booth. And the ticket booth itself seems to be surrounded by fluttering butterflies. The booth is decorated with an animated depiction of the night sky with shooting stars arcing across it. As you have a look over, you see an elderly goblin perched behind the ticket counter, peering at you quizzically through a spyglass. He lowers the spyglass and calls out to you. Greetings, fairgoers!
Oh,
Do you have a price list?
Price list?
do you do a family ticket for 4?
Step closer. He kind of beckons you in closer as he pulls out a horn to his ear.
Oh, okay. Sure. I walk up to the booth.
No.
I'll go too.
As you step closer, he sort of lowers the ear horn a little bit. Now that you're closer, he can hear you. Tickets don't work that way here. Haven't you been before?
It's hazy.
Well, we do a set of 4. But you've all got to make a little agreement with me to get in.
Deal. Let's do it.
Oh,
Wait! What's the agreement?
Well, it depends on the person, but we can have a look. He seems to be like shuffling around some papers behind the ticket booth. Who wants to know first? As he's like shuffles his papers onto the desk in front of him.
I will.
Roll a d8 for me, please. He kind of throws. You see him like throwing paper into the air behind him as he's shuffling through, like very unorganized. He kind of pulls one out in front of him. Ah, yes, this one is for you. You must perform a short dance whenever you hear someone say your name whilst you're in the carnival. Not hard, is it?
And how much is a ticket?
This is the ticket.
I just go, hey,
Ha!
Solana.
Ha! Speak up!
Solana.
yeah.
My name's not Solana.
I'm after a dance.
With me.
That's your price, right?
No, that was the Sandra, I think.
Oh, great. I messed it up. Sorry. I definitely said Cassie instead.
Does anyone else want to know theirs?
Yes. I do.
Ah, roll me a d8, please.
Is it a nickname, my full name, or my whole name? People have to
Love
say
that for
to
me.
get me to dance.
Whichever
specific.
you would like to know. Ah, for you, You must not tell a lie.
Okay.
Surely a good thing to live by anyway.
I think I can do that.
Of course, it's only for while you're in the carnival, but if you want to live your life by that, feel free. You two?
Okay, find out.
D8, please.
Ooh.
Ooh. Oh. You see him like shuffle the papers more. He kind of leans forward towards you. Yours is even better. Every person you meet in the carnival, you have to tell them that you love unicorns.
You know what?
Okay.
I can see that.
I can do that.
Oh, such fun. As he kind of puts the papers down on the desk. He seems to be making separate piles for each of you.
Can I see if these papers actually have anything written on them?
Yeah, make a perception check.
Oh, okay.
They just have scribbles on them. They don't seem to have any legitimate writing on them.
Oh, okay. I see how this works.
However, the piles that he's put them in, they do seem to have what looks like parchment for each of you in the pile. And the last one. If you could roll me a d8, please, Stem.
I swear to God, if I have to do a dance, I'm leaving.
Oh no, something very special for you. And he sort of hops off. You can now see he was on a stool with many cushions stacked up so he can see over the top of this counter. You lose sight of him for a second as he seems to be rooting under the desk. And he comes back, climbs back up onto the stool as he holds out his hand to you with something enclosed for you to take.
I take it very quickly.
As you look down at what you've taken, it seems to be a small pumpkin. This,
I love it.
you must carry it round with you as if it was your own precious egg.
I can absolutely do that.
If any harm comes to it, or if any of you break your promises, you'll lose your ticket and you might get in trouble. So just be a bit careful with that and you'll be fine.
Can I just clarify, it's my full name people have to say? My entire name?
Be your first name, which was...
What's your first name again? Was it Cassie?
Cassie. And you see him like scribble it on the paper. Kind of puts the spyglass down. So, we have a deal? You want to enter? If not, you better move aside because there's more people in line waiting.
I'd have rather have just bought a ticket.
Not everything deals in money. This is much
To
more
yourself,
fun.
I have a pumpkin.
I'm good with the deal. By the way, I love unicorns.
She's got it already. As he hands out this parchment to all of you, he passes you all a wrapped map of the area, which is what you can see on Roll20. You all get a map of the carnival. So if you look on the map, where I've placed you is where you are currently at the ticket booth. You now have access to see all of the features and fun that the carnival holds. So what we'll do, as you move round, can you all do a little test to see if you can move your tokens? I think I've should have given you all permission. Yeah?
Seems like it.
Okay, so as you move around the carnival, if you move your token to, you know, whichever part you want to go to, and that's how we'll keep track of where you're at.
Before we leave the ticket booth, I'd like to ask this goblin. Our the gnomes ahead of us, they suggested going to see, was it Eliwick? Where would we find them?
Eliwick. She's usually at the feasting orchard.
Right.
You'll find it on your map.
Oh, I see. Up at the northeast.
That's the one. Can't miss her. She's you'll probably hear her before you see her. Bit of a bard.
Oh, I love a bard.
Ah, you'll like the carnival then. And he seems to rustle a few more things behind the counter as he pulls out what looks to be some folded butterfly wings. And he hands them all to each of you. Make sure you keep these on. That'll tell the people that you've bought a ticket and they'll leave you alone. They seem to have a sort of elasticated strap for you to attach onto your back to wear.
Oh god.
I'll put them on.
I'm gonna put them on but back to front so the wings are on my front.
He kind of looks at you and he puts his spyglass up and then looks you up and down. I must say I've not seen anyone do it like that before, but it works.
Guess you didn't specify how we had to wear them.
You got me there. Well, have fun. Don't cause too much ruckus.
Only a regular amount of ruckus.
You know, you must have been here before.
We promise to keep our ruckuses to acceptable levels.
Well, enjoy. As he sort of allows you to go past the gate into the carnival. As long as you have your wings on.
Yep, got mine on. All secured. Not making that mistake again.
All of your wings seem to match. As you see into the carnival now, there is a lot of people here. You see they all seem to be walking around in groups with slightly different designs of wings on. So you see a family walking around with some sort of monarch butterfly wings with colours of sort of brown and orange. You see another group where a child is looking at a stall with two parents a little bit away from them, but you see that their wings are blue and extravagant and match. All of your wings seem to match.
What do our wings look like?
Your wings look like a blue butterfly with dark black outlines and a very extravagant sort of base to it with hues of blues that sort of fade into different blues, giving it almost like a galaxy effect with little sparkles here in between.
Perfect for my colour.
Really my
scheme.
colour, but I'll take it.
Lovely.
The opposite.
Definitely.
As you enter the carnival.
So I guess we're a group.
I guess we are.
Seems like it.
Oh.
Not to be forward or anything, but should we go see that person? If we all had a dream, do we want to find out what that meant?
I suppose.
Must
Better
mean
place to
something.
start than any.
Yeah, I am looking for something, but I guess that can wait.
Maybe they will have answers.
Maybe I'll just get lost property. That's just over there.
Oh yeah.
Should
You
we
do
try
seem
lost
to be stood right next to the lost property tent.
Yeah.
We could swing by lost property on our way.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Come on, and then I'm going to barge forward towards lost property, rustling with purpose.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Just follow.
I like trail behind the group. The
Well,
lads.
as she walks off, I say, "Okay, Cassandra."
Do you do a dance?
Yeah, I did quite a good dance.
Oh. Very nice.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
gonna love this.
As I'm busted, there was a twirl. A very graceful elven twirl.
I'm
see,
quite
as
glad I only have to not lie.
as you do your dance, a group of butterflies from the ticket booth nearby sort of flutter over and sort of extenuate you as you dance. It
Yeah.
looks even more
I'm-
magical than normal.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep dancing with them in sync.
It's strange
Like
seeing this
starting a
person with
conga
like
line.
the with the resting bitch face seems to just be losing themselves. Do they smile as they dance?
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
this dreamy expression comes along, and I just seem to have lost myself in the dance. And then all of a sudden, I just stop, shake my head, and keep walking.
As you stop, you
Good luck for you, Cassie.
the three of you that are still stood there as Cassie walks off see like a group of carnival goers all start clapping. Wah, woo! Thinking that they were part of a performance. Then turn off to do what they like.
Mistral just starts clapping as well, just not wanting to feel left out.
Okay, so you're making your way to the lost property, is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll twirling my way.
Alright, so you see a large wagon, and outside the wagon is a large feline creature. It has midnight blue fur and a pair of tentacles extending from its shoulders that seem to be attached to fake butterfly wings similar to what you're wearing.
Oh,
Hanging from its collar is a small wooden keg, and as you approach, you see the creature seems to be roughhousing with two young children, two young boys. One of the boys shouts, "Hey, again, Taylor, again!" as they start to be jostled and thrown about by the creature's tentacles. It sort of looks over as you approach. I will send in the chat what this looks like, because I think you will like this character.
Boyle's gonna kill the kids.
oh, I do. Big fan.
That's not right.
I wonder if there's a way for me to show it on the map. I'll have to work that out for next time. You see this large sort of cat-like beast notices as you approach and sort of sets both of its tentacles to the side to keep the boys entertained as it looks up at you.
I just keep my distance.
Can I help you?
I love unicorns.
Ah. Interesting. Did you come here just to tell me this? Or was your
No.
visit for another purpose?
I believe in another purpose, but it's important to let people know that.
Yeah. I lost something the last time I was here. A bit personal. I was just wondering how long you kept hold of stuff.
Usually between events. How long ago did you visit? Was it our last visit to this area?
1 or 2 ago, maybe 100 years.
Oh. You see it's sort of startled in its expression as it
I've been away
it
for-
sits up now from its like lying down position.
I've been away for a while, and I've just not had a chance to come again.
I apologise. We most likely don't have a record of this. What was it that you lost?
Height?
Right.
About 3 or 4 inches of it.
Please bear with me a moment. As he seems to be like making sure that the children are within his sights as he sort of snatches them both up in the tentacles and holds them into the air as he turns around to enter the carriage of the wagon of lost property. You see him in there for a moment and then steps back out on sort of heavy paw pads, shaking its head. Sorry, not something that I've come across.
Have you come across anything like it that's happened around here?
A lot of things go missing at the carnival.
Weird things like that? I could really use that height. I need it.
You'll find that is the norm here. There is no such thing as strange. I'm sorry,
beginning-
it's not something that I have here.
So you have like incorporeal things here.
Sometimes.
Well, I asked something as well.
Oh,
It
really?
wasn't quite 100 years ago, but I don't know if you'll still have it.
Tell me, what did you lose?
Okay, don't laugh, anyone. My sense of direction? I would like that back. It's quite hard, my life, without that.
I can see why. I'm not going to laugh, don't worry. I've lost 3 inches of height. People keep looking down on me.
Well, as I look down from like 6'4", I think even with the 3 inches, it's not going to. Well, anyway, sorry. Yes. Do you have that? Maybe.
As strange as your request seems to be, the expression on the cat-like creature doesn't seem to change. He seems to be sort of unfazed by it. As he sort of licks his lips and yawns a little, you see these massive teeth in its mouth as it seems to sort of wiggle the children around in the air, keeping them entertained. No, sorry, not my area.
How about maybe the ability to keep a secret?
No, not here.
Well,
We
thank
deal
you.
with more of lost children, lost physical items.
Ah.
You don't seem weirded out by our requests. Is there anywhere where you could think of that we may be able to find them?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh no.
No.
Not that I know of.
You've been most unhelpful.
You see as he puts the 2 children down and sort of releases his tentacles, allows them to sort of run about. You see one of the children head into the wagon behind him as he seems to be focused on you two. He doesn't seem to notice as he's talking to the group. A lot of things happen here. A lot of things are stolen or taken or lost or gained. It's not my place to know each one of them, especially not if they were that far away.
Do you have any record facilities that I could look through old records? I'm very good with records.
Sadly, I can't hold a pen. As he sort of lifts one of his paws up and sort of
Crack up laughing.
pulls his claws in and out.
I just eye the tentacles. I'm like,
Yeah, the tentacles seem to just sway idly behind him. You see one of the children behind the one that entered the wagon, comes running out. Seems to be holding this sort of sparkling globe ball. And as it sort of catches his attention, he turns around and such a fast motion snatches it from the child, and instantly his calm, cool demeanor turns into one of like snarling as he leans into the child and says, "This is not yours." You see him sort of hold the sparkling globe up with its tentacle as the child just immediately bursts into tears and flees. So it's running into the carnival. And then that split second is lost, and he seems to calm down a second and takes a deep breath. Seems to
Are
hold
you
the
okay?
holds the ball close to him. I'm afraid that I was meant to be watching that child. How about this? Get him back for me and I will tell you who might be able to help.
You want us to go and get the child for you?
I don't think his parent would be very pleased with me if they returned to only one of their two children. As he sort of holds up the other child by a leg in the air, as it's like giggling, doesn't seem to have noticed anything else is going on.
What's the child's name?
He kind of like pulls the other child in front of him to like look at it. This one is Alwyn, so the other one must be Vero.
Vero.
Can't have gotten too far, he's only got small legs.
Did they pay you to watch these kids?
I get to eat one once in a while.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'd kid, of course. That would be unprofessional.
Oh yeah, me too, yeah.
Should we split up?
I'll wait here for you to return.
speak to that. Should we go speak to that person first and then
Go-
find that child?
I think we should find a kid first.
They will only get further away, right?
Yeah.
Leave it longer.
You seem to have the best idea out of all of them. The sooner you get him, the better. Are you wasting time?
Oh,
Well,
Let's
I guess
go.
we'll go get him.
I just head off into the crowd. Go and look.
Can I see if I could find any child footprints?
Yes, you can make a perception check if you want to look for sort of footprints into the grass.
Can I give a roll too?
Yeah, you can all make a perception check to see if you can track where the child has gone.
Can I make an investigation check? Because I'm way better at that.
Well, what are you investigating?
Well, when you look for clues and make deductions,
Ah,
investigation.
sure, if you want to perceive it that way.
Watch me roll really badly anyway, so it wouldn't matter.
Okay. Well, Cassandra, Orla, and Solana seem to be basing their search on physically looking for the child and the wings that they were wearing. You do see it in the crowd a little bit further on. Whereas Mistral, you notice the footprints and some dropped items from the child heading in the same direction, and she all seem to be led up towards where the big top tent is.
Did you notice we rolled 16, 17, 18, and 19, by the way?
That was very
got
nice.
Beautiful.
I just wish the 19 was after the 18.
Yeah. Let's go to the big top. Oh, looks like that's where he's been. Gone.
Okay. You all head over to the big top tent. You see the child almost immediately. They seem to not have gone far. Whereas these, on the map, there seems to be the main events of the carnival. There are little stalls and games and little shop and sweet stalls, all sorts, sort of placed around the area that aren't on the map for you to see. So outside of the big top tent, where it seems to be closed off currently to get into the tent itself, there is what looks to be a sweet stall, candy stall, that the child seems to be stood in line for.
There they are. Vero. I'll wave non-threateningly at the child.
I'm a friend!
Hey kid, come here.
Make a persuasion check as you sort of beckon the child over.
Good lord. No. Nope.
As you call the child's name, you see him like turn to look at you. His eyes are still wide and sort of full of tears. And he immediately just turns back to the stand and sort of steps closer to the candy stand and seems to start like grabby handing at the table.
Vero, I've got a jelly bean you can have if you come back.
Oh.
And I'll get my jelly bean out of my pocket. Yum.
Oh, make a persuasion check.
I like that addition. Yum.
Yum.
Depends what flavor it is.
Oh no. It's a bad jelly bean.
As the child looks back again and sees your singular jelly bean and then looks at the table full of loads of different types of sweets and stays at the table. He now seems to just be like grabbing at the tablecloth, trying to reach at the giant piles of different sweets and large pile of Turkish delight in front of him that he seems to be reaching for.
I just go, wait, little shit, come here.
Make an intimidation check.
We're not going to be able to get this child to come with us. Mistral's just like absentmindedly kicking the floor like all children hate me now.
Oh.
God damn it.
Okay. As you sort of shout that at the child, he seems to grab a handful of the of the sweets, stuffs it into his mouth, and then just goes off running.
Can I just go running after deeply sight and go running after him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has little tiny legs. Like he's not getting very far. His hands are covered now in powdered sugar, as he seems to like
I'm not
just
even
be.
going to run. I'm just going to walk past Thingy and grab him by his shirt.
Yes, easy enough to do. Make a dexterity check just to make sure.
God, if you fail this now, you can't even grab a
Niggles his way
child.
out.
We all just chase down.
Jump on him.
Okay, yeah, easy enough. You grab the child by the scruff. Do you lift them up, or are you just holding them in place?
Yeah, now I'm going to lift them up.
Lift them up. Okay. You lift him up. You see his cheeks are like full of these sweets that he's got, and his eyes are so wide and full of tears as he just looks over at you, just like.
You shouldn't take things that aren't yours.
He just opens his mouth and all the sweets fall onto the floor. And now his mouth is just covered in like drool and powdered sugar as he's like hangs helplessly in your arm.
Okay, I'm going to take him back to the group. I'm going to...
You see Cassie walk towards you, just holding the child in the air by the scruff.
Just poking with my staff.
It starts to cry.
Right.
That's what you get
Should
for
we-
running off.
Would you like me to carry him?
Yeah,
Just in case
Sure.
anyone says your name and you have to then dance.
yeah. Yes. I don't think I could really dance with a child. You never know. But here you go.
Just
I'm going to
gonna.
hand him by the scruff of the neck.
How big is this kid?
They're probably about 4, so you know they're not
Okay.
huge.
Well, I'll put them on my shoulders then.
Okay.
I'm just gonna tell Vera that I like unicorns. Love them, in fact.
Vera seems to not fully comprehend what's going on, but now up on your shoulders seems to be a lot happier than being held by the scruff of the neck. And as Solana, you tell them that you like unicorns. You see him sort of start to rub his eye and get sort of powdered sugar even more on his face. As he seems to stop crying.
I'll offer him the sweet that I have.
Oh yeah?
Definitely doesn't
The
look
old
like a
lady
very
sweet?
proven- Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my
He,
god.
he takes it.
To the entire game.
He lost his other sweets out of his mouth. You know, I've got to help him out somehow.
He takes it absolutely no hesitation and stuffs it in his mouth. Kind of
And
drops the wrapper on the floor.
Don't litter.
I'm sure you can sometimes litter.
No.
He seems to have a hand now in your hair, Mistral.
gonna-
It's just everyone else can sort of see the darker part of Mistral's hair at the back is slowly now got a patch of powdered sugar in it.
You
He's not grabbing your hair where it hurts, but he's definitely holding on.
I hope that doesn't get sticky.
Can I grab the sweet wrapper he dropped and give it back to him?
Yeah.
No littering. No stealing and no littering.
The child just blinks at you unsure
Are
what
you
the
some
hell
kind
is
of
going
feral?
on.
Are you some kind of feral child?
I want my mum.
Let's go back to that creature. Whatever it was called. Did we ask its name? No. we
Nope.
didn't. Let's go.
This is the last time we do anything for kids.
Tentacles.
Okay. So you make your way over. He seems to now be sort of sat in a laying down position again as he's playing with this other child, sort of distracting them as you return. You see him sort of sit up again. Ah, see? I told you your brother would be back. And the other child looks over, starts waving. Ah, you found my brother!
Yep.
Thank you!
All the way down to let this kid off my head.
The brother kind of grabs the hand of the kid that you had on your shoulders and kind of runs off with them behind the cat, and they start playing together again and playing with the tail as he seems to be sort of swaying it behind to entertain them. Thank you for finding them.
Yeah, keep better watch of it this time.
Yes. Sorry, this is very dear to me. He still seems to be holding the ball that the child had picked up.
What is it?
It's nothing of worth or importance, but to me, it is the last thing I have to remember my child by.
God, heavy.
My cub went missing.
I'm really
I was
sorry.
going, have you looked in the lost property? But
I'm very sorry to hear that.
A few years ago. from the carnival, so I understand that you have lost things yourself that cannot be returned. I apologise for...
I don't think I was as bad as losing a cub.
No.
No.
What was your
Yep.
cub's name?
I was just about to ask.
Star.
And what's your name?
My name is Durla.
Durla.
Durla
And
Gorn.
how would you spell that?
let me check. It
The
is Dirlagraun. And their cub's name is just Star, like you would spell star. I wish to
No
find
offense,
them
but
again.
you're not very good at watching kids.
Hmm. Yeah, you
Yeah.
seem to be good at seeking them.
I can't take all the credit.
We're certainly not very good at coaxing them over to us.
Yeah, it's not my specialty.
Apparently I'm very good at fetching them.
Mm.
He sort of holds the ball close to himself for a second before he moves it over towards you, Cassie, and sort of holds it in front of you. This is not my child, but I must remember to not give up searching for them. You
You should
seem
never-
like you have a greater purpose here and may look for things that the average carnival goer would not. So please take this with you. As he hands
Thank you.
you his the small mirrored ball.
Thank you, I'm honoured. We will keep our eye out. I
I
What
would be...
others are-
hope to reunite you and your cubs soon, and I bow.
He bows back. And you see that instead of a set of 4 legs as a cat would normally have, he has 6. One of them, the pair in the middle just seemed to be tucked away before.
Mm. Does your cub just look similar to you?
Yes. I don't
Okay.
think you would miss them.
How long ago was it?
A few years now. It was before we left this place. They will be grown. If they're still with us, at least.
Damn, that goes dark. I'm sure he's fine.
Yes, sorry. I
As
get
someone,
in my own thoughts sometimes.
as someone who, for some of their childhood, missed their family, we will keep an eye out. I can promise you will, even if it has happened, you will reforge that connection.
Thank you. What was your name?
Cassie?
I thought it was Cassandra.
Do you do a dance?
A very good dance.
Oh, yes.
I feel like you need to roll a performance.
Every time.
How good your
Every
dances
time.
are.
Yeah, yes, I do. Every time.
That's what she's been doing every time. As we see.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it properly.
Even the children behind this large cat seem to like stop and stare as you suddenly dance.
I like to think the children start joining in.
They actually do, and you see a couple of pixies as well nearby sort of fly in and start to fly and dance around you for a second before they fly off to do whatever they were doing previously. Well, as promised, I will give you some information, I suppose, on where you can find what you're looking for. You probably would want to speak to Mr. Witch or Mr. Light, but you won't be able to until we have had the events of the morning. The Big Top extravaganza, you will see Light, but you won't see Witch until the crowning of the Witchlight monarch at the end of the day. If one of you was to win, you would be invited to their cabin.
I don't like the sound of that at all.
Wow, wow, wow.
This may be the best way for you to talk with them about your missing things. Or, as you helped me, go and see Burley. He has suspicions that something is amiss within the carnival along the same lines as what you described. He will be in the staff area. If you have a map, you'll find him behind the Big Top. But he won't be there for a couple hours, so you may as well enjoy the carnival first.
This monarch thing. Do we win that and see Mr.
If you
Witch?
win that, you will be invited to meet both Mr. Witch and Mr. Light.
What does that involve?
Well, it differs from day to day, but usually it is the person who has interacted best with the carnival. You see, Mr. Light has an item that he uses to see and judge emotion, and he will use it to seek out in the audience the person who has had the most fun and enjoyment and brought to the carnival, and they will be crowned.
Huh. Well. Maybe
Okay.
Burley is our best bet.
Well, the way me and my dancing is going.
Yes, you will have entertained quite a few of our guests. You must be in good runnings currently. But it has only just begun. I'm sure there's more you can do. Who's to say?
Very true. Should we be on our way?
Yes,
Anything?
you've been most helpful.
Thank you.
It was nice to meet you all.
And I hope you and your club are reunited soon.
I hope so too. Thank you for your kind words. In the meantime, I will keep these two entertained and out of trouble. He sort of holds the children up again with his tentacles and goes back to playing with them.
Well, what a downer.
Got heavy fast.
I can't believe we started off this conversation with finding out that Cassie is 3 inches shorter than she should be. And then we got to missing cub child, and now you have a mirror ball.
Yes. You never know, we may find him, along with everything else, and your sense of direction and your ability to keep secrets.
Are you also missing something, Orla?
I'm missing a couple of things, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just staring at you.
I step back for like a second and then instantly look away. Like, oh, okay. Shall we find the orchard then? Obviously, I am not leading the way.
It's along here, and I'll bustle off again. Hopefully we can get this sorted. I don't have much time. I need to get home. I've got an important meeting tomorrow, and I need those 3 inches of height.
Is
You
that
need to be
essential
taller
for
for your
meeting?
meeting.
Yes.
Is it a meeting to go on a roller coaster?
Can you not see the hills?
There was a misunderstanding at my work, and I just need to look a bit taller and frightening.
I think you got the frightening thing down.
Very scary.
Yeah, I have to agree. I'll trail behind the group at the end.
Oh, now that I know Mistral has no sense of direction, I am going to keep a close eye on them.
You look away for a
I was
second.
about to say they're already gone.
Yeah, already gone. They're at that sweet stand.
Yeah, I'm like a lost child.
They're just in the tentacle of the cat.
How
Can
did
you
I
look into
get
this
here?
one too?
Keep you there for now.
I belong in
That's fine.
this property.
As you start heading through the carnival, you see a 12-foot tall walking tree, garlanded in golden ribbons marching through the thoroughfare. You see emerald clouds swirling above them and raining down golden spinning sycamore tree seeds. You see other fairgoers and children trying to catch the seeds before they hit the ground. As the seeds gently fall, you see a squirrel scampering along the branches and burrows of the tree, handing dandelions to select passers-by as you sort of step into the area where they are falling.
I'm gonna join in.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and catch some of these falling seeds.
Make a dexterity check to try and catch one of the seeds. Just a
just
flat
check.
check, yeah.
Okay. Boy. I fall on my face.
Oh no! You almost leap to catch one and you're on the floor faster than you realise. As you'll just see Mistral hit the dirt. Trying to catch
I
one
just
of
laugh.
these seeds. You
I
see
rub my nose and I
the
stand back
walking
up.
tree notices and seems to step over and help you up with an extension of a branch.
Oh, thank you.
You see the squirrel on their arm sort of run down towards you. Be careful!
I've got like a nosebleed. Hitting the floor with my face.
This'll make you feel better. As the squirrel holds out a dandelion seed towards you.
Eyes go wide as I'm like, take this dandelion.
Make a
What do I-
wish, and then blow it into the air, and it'll come true. As the squirrel sort of runs off to go down another arm of the tree as they start handing them out to other people.
Mr. just stands there paralyzed with indecision on what to make a wish about.
Hey, you could wish for your sense of direction to be found again.
Or more wishes.
Does that work? Can I
Worth
get
a
more?
shot?
I know what I'm gonna wish for. As I close my eyes and then blow on the dandelion. As instructed by the squirrel, I suppose.
I hope you weren't expecting a non-weird campaign. You
It's
blow
the only visual
where
the...
you can
ever seen a dandelion, so this
Or
is
a
a brand new
squirrel.
experience. Or a well, maybe a squirrel. Not a talking one necessarily, but yeah.
As you blow the dandelion, you see it float away, all of the seeds, float away into the air. But as you see them start to fall, they just disappear. They don't hit the ground.
Does anything happen? Or is that it?
You don't see anything happen.
Is this like a thing where you can't tell us what your wish was, otherwise it won't come true? Or can you tell us? Or
That's the way wishes work, isn't it?
I mean, if we asked you, you'd have to tell us.
I can't lie, but I don't have to tell you.
I suppose.
So, like, put a finger to my head, like, huh? Yeah.
Got you!
I can just not speak.
The sycamore seeds are still sort of dropping all around you, if anyone else would like to try and catch one.
yeah, I'll take one.
Alright, roll a dexterity check to see if you can catch one from the air. As you also notice, as the dandelion seeds disappeared, as once it was blown, the sycamore seeds don't seem to be touching the ground. They seem to disappear before they hit the ground, which almost explains why Mistral maybe missed it. Maybe you went to grab one as it was disappearing and it disappeared.
Can I also try and grab one?
Yeah, you can all try and grab one. Mistral, you can try again if you want to.
I think Mistel's too embarrassed to try.
What will I know?
Okay, Orla, you managed to grab one out of the air. Can you please roll me a d8? Okay. As you grab this sycamore seed, you see it glows with a golden glow before disappearing into glitter in your hand. You gain the personality trait Easily Amused for 24 hours.
Ooh.
You will now laugh
I am
at everything
easily
and
amused
anything,
by the sparkles.
even though it is maybe not funny at all. As you start giggling at the sparkles now in your palm.
Maybe I should be glad I didn't catch one.
Solana, you managed to grab one as well. If you can roll me a d8. Cassie, you go to grab one out of air, but you just miss it. It's just a bit too out of your grasp.
Funny.
An 8. Okay. For the next 24 hours, you have a d8 that you can add to one ability check.
Cool.
Nice.
Pretty good.
As your sycamore seed also disappears into a golden glitter that fades into your hand.
Which I absolutely love.
Yeah, that Orla finds hilarious.
You get it? Because it's like glitter.
I don't
No?
understand.
Anyone? No?
Can you
me?
explain the joke?
Honestly, no.
Did you say Mistral's not trying again?
No.
Okay.
This was too embarrassed.
Mistral's like, no. It's too scary.
Yeah.
Okay. You sort of continue through the carnival and you see the tree and the squirrel continue on, like, on a different path to yours and slowly move out of the area that you're in. So where are you heading towards?
Is it the feasting orchard where the
Yeah.
Yep.
I've already gone past it. Eliwick.
Yeah, that's where they said they were.
Keeping like eyes and ears out for this bard, I think they said. The goblin.
Yeah. Okay. So you make your way over to the feasting orchard. Before you even see the area, you hear the music. You hear music and mirth radiating from this sort of park area.
Please someone say my name.
There is a strong scent of flowers, mead, berries, freshly baked pies wafting through the air as it it's like its own environment that you step into. You see stilt walkers plucking fruit from trees, musicians drumming, using pipes, strumming on various types of instruments. Everywhere there's singing, dancing, and strangely a lot of pies and custard people seem to be eating around this area. There seem to be people sat around on tree stumps and walls, telling stories, playing music, acrobats doing performances. It is a very busy, very happy and noisy area.
And I'm absolutely amazed by all of this.
Like on the map, like you've lost Solana.
Is it me with no sense of direction?
But we have Mistral now. Sorry,
Hey, someone's managed to remember Mistral, but not Solana. Solana, who said they were looking for after Mistral.
I like tie these kids up.
They always am.
I need one of those, like the leashes.
Oh, a rain.
Yes!
Oh,
Oh my
right.
god, yes.
I was thinking more a bell, just so we could recognise what you're after.
You know what? In my inventory, I started with a bell, so that tracks.
There you go. You see, as you enter, there's a table to your left that has a large sign next to it that says Fairy Cake Eating Contest. And there seems to be large plates full of cupcakes in various different flavours and colours. And people sat at the table trying to eat these. You see there's a fairy who seems to be flying around that area. Seems to be policing the event.
I know it's important that we find this person, but does anyone want to join this competition?
Thank God you
Kind
said
of.
that.
Yeah.
If everyone else says.
Absolutely want to do that.
There is a space at the table if you wish to sit down.
Yes, please.
I do indeed.
Okay. As you sit down, this table is piled high with small glazed cupcakes, each of them filled with what looks to be a sort of berry custard, but as I say, varying in flavour and design. They all seem to be the same shape and size. The fairy sort of flies over towards you. Oh, are you competing? We're about to start a new
absolutely am.
round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
Okay.
unicorns. Love them.
Me too. Well, this game is simple. All you have to do is eat as many cupcakes as you can. You get 60 seconds and I will blow the whistle when we are ready. Okay?
Yes,
Sounds simple enough.
I think.
Mm-hmm.
She sort of
Alright,
flies
that's-
over to another group of people and starts explaining the rules to them as well. So, for this game, for every cupcake that you eat, you will need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh God. Okay.
So, the person who eats the most cupcakes wins. And that's pretty much it. It's pretty straightforward. So, for each Constitution saving throw that you fail, if you fail 3 times, you're gonna vomit and you're gonna be out. So I need you each to note down how many times if you fail, that you fail. And once you reach 3, you'll be out of the game.
Okay.
Okay?
Mhm.
Alright. You hear the blow of the whistle as the fairy seems to lift the whistle almost bigger than herself. And everyone on the table starts to eat. So,
No.
roll your Constitution saving throw for your first cupcake. Everybody. Okay. What's that? Alright, Solana, this is the nicest cupcake you've ever had. You eat it like it's the best thing ever. It doesn't bother you at all. Cassie, this is a lot thicker custard than you're used to. it puts you off and you don't end up eating the first thing. You take 1 failure. Mistral, it's okay. Orla, it's okay. You make it, you eat it, you seem to be alright.
I just go, "Aw, Cassie." I'll pat her on the back.
Quite sad. Just not
I feel
used
so
to this.
sorry
It's
for
fine.
you, Cassandra. I'm sorry, I mean...
Do you start dancing as you eat the next one?
Yeah, I am on the table.
On the table! Oh my god.
But it's slipping a bit because it's from
There
the
is a
cupcake,
lot of
so
custard pouring
Yeah.
out the cupcake
Yeah.
that you couldn't
Like
stomach.
step in the cake.
Yeah. It's a bit slippy, so it's not my best performance, but I'm giving it a good go.
And
Okay.
I find it very amusing.
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
find it
heading my hands
really,
like...
really funny.
I'm so sorry, I can't believe I caused this.
Various other people at the table are like mid stuff in their faces. Some of them already like are spitting it out and can't handle it, but others are going.
Yeah. Can I eat
Um,
my next one mid-dance?
Next one, yeah. All roll your next
Bit off the calories.
Constitution saves.
Apparently, you just have to dance it
Oh
out.
no.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
you eat the next one like it's nothing, Cassie. Mistral as
I'm-
well has no issue. Solana and Ola, you are suffering now. Either because you're too distracted by Cassie doing her dance on the table, but this one is not as easy to stomach as you can't force yourself to eat the whole cupcake.
I'm gonna shout at them. Better keep dancing.
You're burning it off.
Yeah.
Okay, so Solana and Ola, you take 1 failure each. Roll your next rolls.
I'm
And just so you
nervous.
know, for each
Ooh.
cupcake, the DC does go up.
Ugh.
Yes.
Oh,
That's bad.
okay. Solana and Cassie, you fail your next rolls as you're starting to feel a bit queasy. This custard is very sickening and very sickly sweet, and it just puts you off. You just
Dancing and
you
eating
can't
doesn't go together.
you just can't
Cassie, do
stomach.
not vomit.
You can't stomach. You're starting to feel a bit queasy, Solana, and Cassie. Mistral and Ola, you're doing okay. You're keeping it down. You've stuffed it. You're ready for your next one.
Am I?
It's up to you. You can stop at any
What,
point.
all of us?
No, I'm going.
You go. All right. You see a couple of the
Oh.
people on the table start like spitting and coughing out their cupcakes. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. You rolled.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh wait, did you roll twice then, Abby?
No, that was for my last one.
Oh, that was your last one. Oh no.
Yeah.
How many fails do you have already?
Just one.
Just okay. You now have 2 as you immediately start vomiting all over the table,
Oh no.
and you are out of the competition because then that one takes up 2 failures.
Oh no. Because I'm lactose intolerant, guys.
The table is now covered in custard more than it was before.
It's like
Wait, did man at 20 like defeat one of them?
Yeah, that'll take off one of your failures.
Good.
Mistral, you think you've got it. You really think you've got it, but that last bite, you just can't bring yourself to do it, and you fail.
okay.
Cassie, you just pass. You push past that point as you manage to force yourself to keep it down and swallow it. Solana, are you now on 3?
Yes, I am.
The vomiting that you see from Orla, it just sets you off, and you also just start bringing up custard as you both feel a little bit queasy as you're both out
I
of the
just
game.
pat her on the back.
Mistral and Cassie, you're still in it.
Oh god.
You see, there's now only you 2 and one other person on the table who's in the game as you go to take your next round.
Damn it! That's so close. It wasn't a 1 though, at least.
Okay, Mistral, you take the failure as you go to eat
take
it.
the
It's
L.
it's getting harder and harder to keep these down. They're just so thick and they're sickly and horrible. And seeing the other two throw up is definitely putting you off.
Oh.
Cassie, you're above this. You're still stood on the table. You're not bothered by them. You're in the zone and you're having
Go,
it.
Cassie!
You see the person who was also sat at the table that was still in at this round now fails and starts to like cough and choke themselves. It seems to be just you two left as the fairy is like cheering you on like, yeah!
Oh man.
Make your next save.
Oh,
I'll let you know the DC is now 16.
I can't believe I literally just failed.
No, wait, I'm using my luck. I'm using one of my luck feats. I'm in this. I'm in this now. There's a reason I got this feat. And this
Hey,
is
I
still
can
not
hold
going
my
to stay.
breath indefinitely. Does that count?
That doesn't mean you can eat indefinitely. Oh no.
No.
Oh no.
As you both take the failure on this round, you just can't stomach it anymore. Is anyone at a 3 yet? Or are you both still in the game?
I
on-
just hit 3.
You just hit 3.
I'm
Oh.
on 2. I'm on 2.
As the fairy flies over and like floats around you, Cassie, on the table, she grabs your hand and lifts it in there. As you hear her say, "We have a winner! Woo!" And the other fairies around the table are like, "Yay!" But no one else on the table cheers as everyone's feeling a bit queasy and like, "Why did I do this?"
I clap from underneath the table.
I
I
would have
cheer
been out
because
if
it's
it wasn't.
amusing.
I wouldn't have been out if it weren't for that nat 20, so.
You all sit for a moment feeling a bit ill and sick as you see the mass and mess on the table in front of you of like cupcakes and custard everywhere suddenly fixes itself and looks just as it did when you first sat down at the table, and it all looks tidy again and the vomit has disappeared and you all suddenly feel better.
Round you guys.
Oh, thank God.
No, thank you.
Oh, thank you. I like to think I danced through some of those cupcakes.
You see the fairy that was hosting it flies over to you, Cassie, with a small box that she
Oh,
puts into your hands. Congratulations!
oh, thank you.
Please play again soon! She flies over to her next table to start another round of games. Seems to be a nice little wrapped box. Like a little gift
Lean on her
box.
shoulder and I'm like, what's in it?
I will open the box.
I thought you weren't going to open it then, just put it
I
in
was
your
about to
bag.
say like intense.
Yep, no.
You see in the box a cupcake, but it looks a lot more nicely put together than the ones that you just ate, and definitely doesn't look filled with custard. It has a silver topping with like sparkles on the top. It looks magical. It looks very nice.
Oh. I think I'm going to save this till later.
Okay, if you add it to your inventory, make sure you name it something different so that I know what it is when you eat it.
Okay.
I feel like magical cupcake might stand out.
Yeah, that's
Please,
what I was going
please
to
add
call it.
magical cupcake to your inventory.
Actually, no, now it's magical. Maybe I'll just have like a slither, like just put my finger in it and just taste it, because I need to know if it does something now.
Okay, did you do that?
Yeah, I tasted it.
You taste it. Okay. You put your finger into the cupcake and give it a taste. And for a second, you all see Cassie's form shimmer as she becomes invisible for a second. And then is suddenly back.
Well,
This cupcake functions like a potion of invisibility. So if you eat the whole cupcake, you will be under the effect of a potion of invisibility.
Mm.
Fancy.
And- Yeah.
kind of want one of those now.
What, in real life or in the game?
Okay.
Well, you
I
could
know,
always go
I'll
for
pick the real life one too.
you could always go for another round.
We just stay here and farm invisible. Eventually, you're gonna have to build up some sort of tolerance to these cupcakes that means you get advantage or something.
That's our campaign. We can stay here and just
I think
Yeah, sorry,
Mr.
Gav, that's what
crawls
we
out.
decided to do.
Yeah, we'll forget the campaign.
Oh,
Forget everything
no.
Scrap
else.
all your plans and everything.
Our business idea is to sell invisibility cupcakes.
Oh, okay, I see.
Mr. crawls out from underneath the table.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, we should find this lady, right? Yep.
Yeah. Unless we see something else cool on the way.
Yeah.
There are a lot of like musicians and performers around here, but you can make a perception check to see if you can see the gnome that was described to you.
19.
Ooh, very nice. Mistral, you notice them almost immediately. You look over to where there's a nearby pear tree, and sitting from a swing, hanging from the branch of that tree, seems to be a youngish gnome, as described. Black hair. She seems to be sat plucking strings on a lute. Seems to be looking over in your direction as well. She has a white frog sat upon her knee as she is lightly swinging and playing the lute.
Is it me or is she staring like right at us?
Maybe.
Yeah, she's looking at us.
It's kind of creepy.
Well, she's supposed to be like some prophecy person. She probably knows we're coming.
So,
Maybe she's the reason we had the dream.
maybe.
Start walking over to her. If she's staring at us, then
She is staring at you.
yeah.
As you head
I
over,
maintain eye contact the whole time.
she's not staring at you with like an eyes wide stare. It's more like a knowing, smiling expression. As you approach her, she stops playing the lute, and sort of puts it to the side of the swing as she puts her hands on her knee. Ah, my friends, you finally joined me. I wondered when you'd come to see me.
I knew you were creepy.
Is that any way to talk to a new friend?
Wouldn't quite call us friends yet. We've only just met.
Orla.
Yeah, creepy.
Gonna sigh. I love unicorns. I'm sure you know who I am.
That I do, my little dreamwalkers. You've
Dreamwalkers?
fated to come to me. This is all gonna happen as was predicted. I'm sure you know that, Orla.
I do.
Well, mine and your gifts aren't too far from each other's.
Oh, my gift. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Did you just forget about your own special talent?
Yeah.
Right. Just checking.
I'm sure you know that my name is Eliwick, but I'd prefer if you called me Tumblestrum. That's what my friends call me.
Tumblestrom.
Tumblestrum it is.
Okay.
And I definitely knew that.
Oh. She kind of gives you like a knowing smile. Of course you did.
Miss was gonna
Absolutely.
like edge slightly towards like Solana away from Orla a little bit.
Without like looking, I just slowly start moving.
Just move to the other side.
like,
I'm still
move
on
with
it,
you.
like- the Elizabeth.
Oh, my older friend. Did you enjoy her company in the queue?
I enjoyed the sweet you gave us.
I'm
I
glad.
gave mine to a child.
Oh. Well, I hope they enjoyed it. What a kind gesture.
It's like increasingly concerned. I hope they did too.
I wouldn't
I-
worry about it, Mistral. I'm sure there's more important things to be worried about.
Yeah. Why did we see each other in our dreams? If that is something that you know about.
Well, your fates are connected. You're the ones that are going to
fate.
solve what's going on here, of course. She always laughs like it was obvious.
That's a lot of faith to have in 4 people who met 10 minutes ago.
But faith is the strongest thing that you can have.
So, like, I obviously know, but for the others, of course,
Yes.
what is going on here?
Well, I can't tell you that. You'll have to find out for yourselves.
Can I just kind of put my hand up and say, yeah, I don't really do fate. I kind of had dealings with all that and kind of avoiding that. I've got an important meeting tomorrow as well.
Oh,
I just
Cassandra.
need...
She says your name, do you dance?
Yes. Other side.
You can avoid fate as much as you like, but that doesn't mean that it avoids you.
As I'm dancing, I'm just like, I'm not doing this again. I left this all behind me. As
I'm
my dancing gets a bit more
sure.
wild and swirly, and not as controlled as it should be.
I'm sure your meeting will be there to return to when you get back. But something drew you here, did it not?
Yes, something I need for the meeting. So if I could just have it and then go.
I don't think it'll be that simple, and I think you knew it wouldn't be that simple as well. The things taken from you were not simple trinkets. This is something you'll have to find in yourselves. And what a better place than the place where it was taken. She starts to like slowly swing on the swing, like stroking the white frog on her knee.
I still think you should just wear heels. I feel like it'll be so much easier.
If you find yourself without a ticket, come and find me again. And I will make sure that you have one. I have some here procured for you.
Why would we not have a ticket? We didn't get a ticket in the first place. We got given these silly things.
I got a pumpkin.
That is your ticket, my friend.
So
But if it was to be lost, you may be in a bit of a pickle.
So does that mean I can stop this stupid dancing and just come to you?
If you wish to break it now, then sure, but if you lose it again in the future, I don't have another one for you.
is dancing so big a price to pay?
Kind of dancing. They remind me of times I'd rather forget.
I'm happy to give you a ticket now.
No, because I don't. I'm scared to lose it. I can keep dancing. I
It
forgot how
suits you.
much
I think you should.
I did forget how much I used to enjoy it.
Ah, I hope you all can recount on something that you enjoyed when you first visited this place. as well as the other worlds that you'll visit.
What do you mean, other worlds?
That was very ominous.
Ah, you all make me laugh. She sort of picks her lute back up and starts strumming it again. La 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 la.
Is that it? I feel like you're meant to tell us more.
Oh, but surely you already have been told where you should go.
Would other worlds mean ones we may have visited in our past?
Possibly. I think you know what it means. For you're not truly in the Feywild yet.
Oh no.
Mm.
La da da da. She continues to strum her lute, like idly swinging on this tree swing.
I've never been to the Feywild. Are we going to the Feywild?
Say no.
What you do and do not is not a choice of mine. It's a choice of your own.
Well, the only other thing I have planned is to see that burly guy.
Ah, yes.
But Durla said that he wouldn't be there for another couple of hours.
Yes, he tends to be there around midday, and why not spend a bit of time spending and having fun at the carnival? Shouldn't all be business, as you just saw with your eating contest. Much fun can be had here.
I am quite interested, and I'll pull out the map, in this snail racing.
Ah, yes. Make sure you do go over there. That is a very fun event.
Is there anything else you'd recommend?
She sort of like stops swinging, has a think. I think the Silversong Lake might have something interesting for you to have a look at. As well as the carousel. It's not too far from here.
I did love the carousel as a child. I suppose there's no one I know around here. I could always relax for an hour.
No one apart from your friends that you've met?
That's us, right?
Yes, it is. La 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 la. She just starts strumming again on her lute.
I don't think we're gonna get anything else out of her.
Do you want to go on the carousel, Cassie?
Yes.
That was a very quick answer.
Yes!
And okay. And then you see Cassie transform a bit like an excited kid and do a bit of a skip with her face lighting up.
Well, it's right nearby, isn't it?
Ah, yes, Diana will be waiting for you. Have a good day.
Okay. Diana, sure.
Oh, remember, don't call her a centaur. It really upsets her.
This makes me want to do that even more. So
Well, I hope that she doesn't ask me what she is, because I can't lie.
Wonderful to meet you all again.
What do you
Okay.
mean again?
And then I leave. Very uncomfortably.
I just stare at her a little bit longer and then walk off.
But I start walking in the opposite direction to the carousel.
I'm gonna gently take them by the elbow and just like, no, this way.
As you all
Thank
start
you.
to walk
Yeah.
away from the orchard that you're in, that is where we shall end the first episode.
We didn't die.
You didn't die! You got through the first episode, you talked to each other. I'm very proud of you.
We got into the carnival.
You did.
And now we all decide it's not worth it and leave. End of campaign.
End of campaign. Nope.
It's
the
too
gnome,
weird.
The gnome is too weird. I don't like her.
Yeah, maybe there's 3 inches of height.
I can live my life without it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you very much everyone who came to watch our first episode. We will be playing again next Monday. But then we're not. Is it the week after we're not here?
21st.
The 21st, we're not here, yeah. So, we'll be here next week and then we'll be taking a break, but I'll tell you that again next week. So, I shall now end the stream.
Bye.
Bye, guys! Thank you for coming!